I know Zajef has quit Elden Ring, which I thought Zajef's review of Elden Ring was terrible, by the way. Hang on, I gotta like go all the way to it. Where is it? Alright, here we go. I think it's this one, right? Okay, so, oh wait, no, this is the first take. Or this is the other, like, second day take. Backseating and insults in chat make the experience of streaming it a lot worse than it be playing it off stream, but we soldier on. Tried to kill Margit off rip after Tree Sentinel, bad idea. Stayed stuck for 3 hours, gave up, came back with a weapon that wasn't a wretch starting club and got it done in 15 minutes. I killed Margit with the wretch starting club. All I'm saying, you know? Getting lost all the time and feeling like there's nothing to do just isn't for me, but still love the fights. What do you mean getting lost all the time? Feeling there's nothing to do. That's just not, that's why, chat, when I was watching Zajef play and he was making this complaint, I was like, brother literally needs Paimon in Elden Ring to tell him where to go or what? Like, that defeats the purpose of Elden Ring. Like, the game is about the freedom of exploring however you want. At least that's why I love Elden Ring, but maybe Zajef has played Genshin for far too long. And having games tell you exactly where to go. Like I said, I think Elden Ring just isn't for me. Making pretty much every control incredibly unresponsive just isn't my idea of a fun way to make difficulty. I don't think it's unresponsive, but I don't know. It's just frustrating to die because you're stressed and you held down the dodge button 1/10 of a second longer in a way that, to me, just doesn't feel like a challenge. That sounds like he doesn't like input queue, which I find frustrating sometimes as well, but that's just skill issue, right? Like, I raged about it, but that's on me for having pressed dodge twice. Or, you know, pressed it too long or something like that, right? Anyways, at the end of the day, I'm not trying to convince anyone not to enjoy it. Just explaining why I think don't think it's for me. I think Zajef would have enjoyed Elden Ring a lot more if he just... I don't know. Like, for me, the magic of Elden Ring is just being able to go anywhere, whenever I want, in whichever order I want, and just discovering a random dungeon or a random, you know, quest or random NPC. And it's like, and then I just go through that route, and then suddenly it's a fucking side boss or something like that. You know, that's what makes it fun. You don't have to pursue this main story quest line, right? But maybe he's just much more linear-minded in terms of progression. Yeah, I remember this was a big complaint. Zajef's complaint was a big complaint when Elden Ring first came out, right? Because a lot of people did not understand the concept of open world freedom. And they were, like, mad because they didn't know which way to go, which is like, okay, like, but that's just not how the game's supposed to be played, right? The issue with the controls is that he refused to play Elden Ring on controller, and he's speaking from a keyboard POV. Oh, I don't actually know how it plays on keyboard. Just give him your build so he can shut the fuck up. Maybe Zajef doesn't care about exploring like that at all. It is a fair take. Yeah, I mean, like I said, right, he might be more linear minded, which is fine, you know. It just means open world games just might not be for you. Bro, we were talking about the guy who rage quit Swarm Disaster tutorial in HSR. Really? One of my complaint too is that the dodge is on release instead of press, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, but my reasoning for why that should never be a reason why you don't like the game is because you just adapt, right? If you know that the dodge is on a certain button press or on a delay or on some type of, you know, on release, then you just fucking get used to timing that, right? Like that, at least that is always how it is for me. I always feel like if there's an issue with the control or that you're not used to, that just means you have, as a player, need to get used to it, right? Hold the button and prep for an attack and then release as you see it. Easy. Like I said, I've never experienced that. I play on controller and it's always just... I know the timings, and I just dodge. I just press dodge whenever I need to. So I don't really get that, but I did it so everyone can do it. Maybe you would enjoy Dark Souls 3 or Bloodborne more. Oh yeah, I think Zajef would probably enjoy Dark Souls games a lot more. They're quite a bit more linear. Yeah, apparently Zajef played on keyboard and mouse. Controls you have to learn does not equal bad controls. People say the same shit about Monster Hunter. Exactly. Right? You just have to adapt as a player. You can't expect every game will have controls that are perfectly suited for you and cater to you and what you're used to, right? That's what makes playing video games fun, right? Learning new controls, learning how to adapt to the new game and stuff like that, but oh, he probably enjoys Sekiro a shit ton. Sekiro, I think, is extremely linear. Like, it is very... I think it's pretty straightforward what you need to do in Sekiro, right? Can we watch this Legend Giga Chat on Elden Ring? No, I've already seen stuff from that guy. Asmongold played every Souls game on keyboard and mouse and he didn't hate it. It's just a personal thing? Maybe. Who knows? No, Fob, everything should be handcrafted for my likes or else it's trash. Fob, can you juggle Nekomata Q? I don't play Nekomata. The Sites of Grace literally have a pointer about where the next one is to go to if you don't want to explore. I don't get his take. I will say, even if you go by the Grace like pointer, it doesn't like exactly tell you which way you have to go, right? It's still somewhat confusing, but like for me, that confusion and getting lost is the fun of Elden Ring, right? I like getting lost. I like, you know, not knowing where I'm supposed to go, and I like, you know, where I originally planned to do this, but now I got lost and I'm doing something completely different, and that's fun for me, right? It's kind of like when I played Genshin or Wuwa or whatever exploration game in the beginning. It's always like, okay, I see that tower, I'm gonna head towards there, but then before I know it, I'm fucking 10 miles away, opening chests somewhere else for some reason. Like, I love getting lost and just doing shit that I didn't mean to, you know? Kind of like Baldur's Gate? Yeah. Did Zajef play Baldur's Gate? I don't think he did.